riding off of that. Jobless claims fall below 300,000 for the first time since the pandemic began. So there are not as many people claiming unemployment. That's what that means. There are over 8 million jobs, last I checked, available. And there's just not a lot of jobs being filled. So I don't know, maybe everybody's getting caught up in this good weather I'm talking about, and they're just not interested in working. I have no idea what's going on. We had some hypotheses last week what it could be, but when we ended the show, we had a caller right up against the end of the show, Pat, if you remember.
David from Waterford, right there, last second. That's
right, David from Waterford, who is looking to hire for his carpentry business. And there are so many people right now that are operating a business, that have put their life work into their business, that are offering jobs, and they can't find anybody to work them. On the flip side, there's a whole bunch of people that do not like their job anymore, that are frustrated with their job, that hate their job, and or are being forced into doing something in relation to their job that they no longer want to do to maintain their job, right? So there's a whole bunch of stuff happening with jobs, and we want to spend a good portion of this show giving everybody the platform to either call in and promote a job position that you have available. The more job flow we can get in our economy is better. The more jobs we can get filled in our local communities, the better. So if you've got a job opening, we want to give you the platform to promote it. 860-464-9490. And on the other side, if you hate your job, you could call in, tell us that story and what you're looking for in maybe a new job. Maybe we can match them up, PK, do the matchmaker thing.
I'm a huge fan of matchmaking.
We've got jobless claims falling, but yet so many jobs available that can't be filled. Seems like they're oxymorons. What's going on?
It's weird, right? I mean, we talked about that a little bit last week. We thought about, one of our theories that we posited was qualifications, right? Is people being unqualified or having training in the wrong things, right? We talked about, listen, that's a whole nother episode, but you and I about college degrees and all of the student loan debt and all this craziness, and then they find themselves without the job anyway. Somebody like David who's hiring for carpentry, that's a skilled labor job, on-site training, all that kind of good stuff. And in the long term, you have this huge career that you could become your own David, right? In 5, 7, 10 years, you go out and start your own carpentry business. You then employ some people. You build the economy in a positive way. Or, you can not, I guess, and try to go on unemployment claims. But as we see, the numbers are down. I think the big piece that I like too is that the continuing claims fell, if you saw, right? So that was new claims was down substantially, but continuing claims also went down. So people actually came off of unemployment. 134,000 people stopped collecting. I don't know if that's because their benefits expired or they actually went back to work. Hopefully it's the latter of the two. But that's what we're trying to do here, man. Just play that career matchmaking.
The racket, the system has been set up this way for so long, where they want to get so many people into the game, into writing loans, into selling houses, because that's just the way it's been. There's a lot, like in real estate, you've got National Association of Realtors that wants more members because that's how they make money. And, so there's a lot of lobbying that goes on with that to keep the power. And if you've got the members, you can have the power, so on and so forth, right? And what happens there is you get a lot of untrained, inexperienced, non-professionals running around in both industries, real estate, mortgage. You get that in insurance too, where you almost see, I was just getting a haircut maybe a month ago, and there was over a 1-year trainee under this, a licensed trainee. So it had gone through the hours, a licensed trainee now under this particular hairstylist. And she said, "Oh, Byron, you wouldn't believe it. so-and-so who you know who's been helping me the last year, she is now moving on and taking her own clients. This is a year after going through 1,500 hours, Pat. And she's like, you're going to meet my new, trainee. They had a word for it, but whatever, trainee, apprentice type of situation. You're going to meet so-and-so. She's going to be great. You're going to love her, all this stuff. But just think about that. A year of training, how professional and serious they took it. I mean, they're telling me about some mistakes that you can make if you color somebody's hair wrong. And, they're looking for a specific color. You could turn somebody's hair green, right? And then you've got to correct that. You could turn into a whole abortion, sitting there all day trying to get the hair to come back. And so they take it very seriously. There's a level. You go to a real nice salon, there's a serious level of professionalism that unfortunately some consumers don't get with some of these salespeople. That's why we started the scholarship program, Real Estate Agent Scholarship.com, is because when you get into that program, you're joining our new agent program, which is an extensive training program that you have to, even as a 1099. Yeah, I'm saying the word have to for an independent contractor, because if you don't do it, you just get kicked out of the program. That's how it works. You have to show up every single day in the program and receive your training until you close out 30 real estate transactions, right? And it'll take somebody about a year. And so I'm saying to the hairstylist, I'm like, dude, the 1 year thing makes so much sense to me, right? You got to jam some hours of real experience and real training in a stretch of 12 months in many industries to even have any real value for the consumer. I argue that any brand new real estate agent, outside of maybe somebody who's been investing for, multiple years or something like that, and they're going to be a niche agent in the investment space, I'd argue that 99% of real estate agents, when they get their license, aren't worth a damn thing.